Hello and welcome back to the QGIS Geomapping Masterclass, a free course offered by the Geo RGB community. I am Marcel, a hydrogeologist, and I'm the main instructor of this course. Before to start the lessons for today, I would like to make a review about what we did in the previous lessons. In the first lesson, we saw how to download, install, and configure QGIS. In the second lesson, it was downloaded the base maps that we need for our geological project. It was a raster and vector files. In the third lesson, we was working on digitizing the geological contacts properly, creating a geopackage database. In the fourth unit, we created the geological units and integrated these units inside of the database. Today is the lesson number 5, and we are going to assemble all the elements together in order to create the final geological map composition. Let's start. The first thing I would like to do is to add the angle for the dip that we didn't did the other day. Then let's go to bedding, go to properties. Here we are going to select labels and labels, single labels. And we are going to select here the dip. Then there are different ways that we can make the configuration for this one, right? But I'm going to show you one simple way, right? Here is going to be number 8. I want semi-ball. Then I go to placement. And here what I want is offset from the point. I want this one. And let's go to apply to see how it looks like. You can see here that the number cannot see really well. Then we have to play with these numbers. Going to put this one like this, apply. And I'm going to move this one to negative, minus 0.5, something like that. Apply, but I want this one a little bit to this side. Let me see if this one change. Something like this, and a little bit more up. Apply. Let me see on the other side. A little bit more. Apply. Okay, that one looks good for me. You can see all the numbers. Then also we can add a buffer. That's optional, right? 0.3, apply, and something like that is okay. At the end is your decision how you want to make the configuration for the label, right? I'm going to take the buffer though, I don't like it. I'm going to leave like that, and okay. Also, I'm going to make the symbol smaller. Then go to properties. Go here to symbology and size, maybe 7. Apply. And OK.
Are you still using spreadsheets for soil and groundwater analysis? If so, it's like you're operating with technology from the Mesozoic era. In that case, you're basically a dinosaur in the digital age. Are you ready to step into the AI era and leverage cutting-edge tech? It might be the perfect moment to explore Geo RGB's revolutionary tool for lab sample analysis. This online application is a game changer, streamlining your process to slash hours and manpower in report generation, while dramatically cutting down on human error in data analysis. Simplify your workflow with technology designed to make your job easier. Discover how simple it is to elevate your lab analysis game. Click the link in the video description or head over to the Geo RGB community website at geescourse.online. Navigate to the Geoscience Apps section, select GeoSample Pro Analyzer, and dive into our easy-to-follow tutorial video. Your journey to smarter lab work begins here.
Now we are going to create the map composition. To do that one, let's go to Project, and here select Layout Manager. Then Create. You have to add a name. Here I'm going to add map. And OK. And the first thing we have to do is to add the map to the layout, but first let's go to configure the properties of this page. Then if you click right on your mouse, you can go to page properties. And here you can select the orientation and the type of site you want. For me, in this case, that one is good. Then the next step is to add the map. Then click this option over here, add the map. Select an area on the map. In my case, it's going to be something like that. And then here, add the scale. For this map, I want a scale of 10,000. Then when you press this option over here, you can move the map inside of the frame. Then put the map where you want to be located. Something like that. In my case is good. As you can see, there are some white area here because there is no map. Then we have to move it, right? Like this. Now, when we don't want to make any modification inside the map, we can select this option here. When you select this one, you can move now the frame without moving the map inside. Now, if you want to change the page properties again, you can click right and go to page properties, or you can click on the page like this one, and you are going to see the page properties appears over here. But now let's go to work on the map. The first thing I would like to add is a frame for this map. Then go here to properties, minimize this one, the extend also, and you can go down to go to frame, for example. And here you can open the options and click. And now, as you can see, a frame has been added in a black color. If you want to make this one thicker, you can change here the properties. You can see how it's changing. But 40, it is okay. Now the next step is to add the grid. Then again, go here. Let's go to minimize this one and look for the grid over here. Then open the grid and press plus to add a new grid. Then select the grid and press modify grid. And here you have the options. Then first, let's go to select the interval for the guys. In this case, it's going to be 500 meters. Something like that is okay. As you can see, now has been adding these lines over here. Then select the style of line you want. Configure symbol. Go to the line. And I want, let me see here. I don't want a solid. I want a dashed line like this one. But also, I don't want this line to be very visible, right? I like something more discreet. But let me see one thing here. I prefer to use this option over here. And this one is pretty discreet. As you can see, the line is not pretty visible, right? I don't want to, to annoy the information on the map with the line. Even something like that could be good. Now we can go back. And also I would like to change the thick of the line. I'm going to close this one here. A little bit less, maybe 2. And I'm going to make this one a little bit more dark. Like this is okay. Now let's go to add the label for the grid. Then go back here. Select the grid, modify. I'm going to close also this one. go down, and here draw the coordinates. And here I don't want decimals, then I'm going to add for coordinate precision 0. As you can see here, it's saying 3 decimals. And also here we can change the font. Maybe we can add something smaller, for example 8, but with semi-bold. This one is okay. Then let's go back here. Distance to map frame, maybe a little bit more. Like this one. And I want the coordinates just in this area of the map and in this area of the map. I don't want here at the bottom, and also I don't want here. Then to do that one, we have to go up. And as you can see, bottom, show all, we put disable. And the same for the right. Okay, and now we are going to put this one in a different direction. Left, horizontal, vertical, ascending. Okay, looks good. Then other thing is to frame style. I want the interior ticks. This one is okay. You know, I'm not going to add the coordinates here and also here because I want to add an extra information over here and also the scale bar over here, and I don't want the map to be overcrowded. And if you have the coordinates here and the coordinates here, it's going to be the same here. This one is going to be the same here, and this one is going to be the same here. And if you have the information just at the top, you don't need to have the information at the bottom. It's pretty repetitive, right? Then the next step is to add the scale bar. Then select this option, scale bar, and select the area on the map where you want that scale bar. Now, as we have 2 elements on the page, you can see that we have these 2 elements here. We have the map, is this one over here, and we have the scale bar, this one, that is this one over here. We don't want to see the map, then you can take this one out. Now we are working with the scale bar. Now we are going to do the configuration. Then here, I'm going to select double box. The scale units is in meters, but I want to add more segments to the right. Then I go here, segments, and I'm going to add 5 segments, as you can see. Then also I would like to change the position of the values. I want the numbers to be at the bottom, right? Then go to display, and here, vertical label placement, I'm going to select below segment. And also the numbers are too big. Then I'm going to select a different size, for example, 9. And I want also the numbers to be close to the bar. Then I'm going to go back here, go here to the top, and label margin. With this one, it's okay. Then I'm going to adjust this one. And now, if you press the button Shift on your keyboard and select the map, and also select the scale bar, now you have the 2 elements together, you know? Then you can go here and select Align to the center. And now the scale bar is to the center of the map. Then the next thing, I would like to move this one a little bit to the bottom. And I'm going to add here a text. Then select this option, select the area where you want to add the text. It's going to be here. And I'm going to put here a scale. Scale, you can put a scale bar, for example. And here add the scale. This one is 1/10,000. And we can change the font. I want this one to be with bold. And I'm going to adjust this one. And again, I'm going to select this one, press the button shift, select the text, and go here, align to the center. Now, if you want to move all the elements together, you can select all them like this, for example, and then you can move it where you want to have the map with the scale. For example, like here, it's okay. Now I have more room for the next stuff. And also here, I'm going to remove bar. I don't like. I'm going to just leave the scale. Like this is okay. Then some people can think that the bar scale is redundant because you know already that 1 square of these ones is 500 by 500. And with that information, you already have a scale on the map. But you know, I like to add the scale. I think to add a scale bar in a map is a very good habit. Let's go to imagine that you have a map, and in that map, there is no UTM coordinates. You have a map, and the map is showing the scale, but just the numerical one. It's not showing the bar scale. Then you have a hard copy of that map. Then let's go to imagine that you want to make a print copy of that map, but you are going to make the copy bigger, right? Then as you don't have any bar scale, you are going to modify the scale of the map. And that's very important. That's because I always recommend to have an scale bar. Because when you have an scale bar, and if you make the hard copy in a new copy bigger, the scale bar is going to be also bigger, and is going to be always the real scale of the map. Because as you are making the map bigger, the bar scale included in the map is going to become also bigger. Then you all the time keeping the proportions of the map for the scale. But if you don't have an scale bar, and you don't have, for example, UTM coordinates to verify exactly what is the scale of your map, then you can modify the scale of the map when you make a copy that is different dimensions of the original map. Dimensions, I mean the size of the page. Now, if we are happy with the position of these elements on the page, we can lock these ones, pressing this button. And now you can move these ones. You know, sometimes by accident, you can select one element on the map and move it. But if now you have the element locked like this one, these ones cannot be moved. And then we can work with other elements on the map without taking care of these elements here, right? Then the next thing is going to be the legend. To add a legend, just press this button over here, add a legend, and select the area of the map where you want the legend. For example, in this case, it's going to be this area. And now we have the legend over here. Then remove the auto update and select what we want to add in this legend. At the moment, I'm going to work just with the structural geology, right? Then I want all these ones, but I'm not going to work with these ones. Then I'm going to select the geological units, and I'm going to press this button to remove this information from the legend. The same with this one. I don't want these ones, and I'm going to remove it. I want just this information. But also, I don't want to see the vector one. Doesn't make any sense on the legend. Then I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to press here, hidden. The same I'm going to do with geological contacts, hidden. Now also I'm going to remove from the legend all the elements that doesn't make any sense. For example, this line, the frame, this line over here, this green line. Then this one remove, this one remove, the same for this one, And I have one more line over here. This one. This green line also. And that's it. Now what I'm going to do is organize all this information, because now it's a little bit chaotic, right? I want, for example, the concordant contact to be on the top. Then I'm going to select this one, and with these arrows, you can move the elements inside the legend. Then I'm going to take this one to the top, like this. Concordant contact, discordant contact, and I want to add all the contacts to the top. Then I'm going to move the transitional contact and also the gravitational slide contact, and assume discordant contact. Going to move these ones first, and I'm going to put this one after discordant contact. The next one is going to be transitional contact, and the one at the bottom is going to be the gravitational slide contact. Okay, now the next step is to move the fault. I want the first to be the reverse fault. Then I'm going to select the reverse fault. This one here, going to move. This one is going to be the first, this one the second. Then I'm going to move the normal fault to the top. Normal fault. Normal fault, fossilized fault, then post-glacial reverse fault. Now the legend looks good. Now I'm going to work on the addition of the symbol and also the letters. Then I can go down. Here is going to be these ones, the item labels. Then select, go to the center. And also I want to make the symbols a little bit bigger, because as you can see, for these ones, we cannot see the symbol well. Then symbol width. Now, as you can see, it looks better. A little bit less. That's enough. And also now I can add a frame. 0.4. Then we can move this one to the bottom a little bit. And here at the top, we can add a test that is going to be a geological structure. Then select this option here. Add an area where you want to add the test. It's going to be this area over here. And geological structure. Then let's go to change the font. I want this one to be bigger with a ball. And I want this one to be at the center. Like this. Looks good, but here I want to change something that is going to be, want this one to be one down, like this. And now even we can go this one to the top to have more room for the next stuff. And for me at the moment, it's okay. Now we can lock these elements on the map. And I would like to make some modifications here. Then I go here, close this one, and I'm going to add the raster topographic map here that we downloaded at the lesson number 2. Raster, lesson number 2. Raster topo map. It was this one, open, add, and close. We want this one to be under the geological units. Remember that if you want, you can add this one in the database. You know already how to do it. I'm not going to do now. Then to make the geological units transparent, then go here to properties, go to symbology, and here you see there is layer rendering. Then open this one here and you can make this one transparent. I'm going to make this one to the 75%, apply, and okay. Now if we go to this one, to the map again, and we refresh, now you can see that at the bottom, we have the topographic map. Now it's loading the information, as you can see. And if the quality of the map under the geological units, that in this case is the topographic map, the quality is good, you are going to see properly even the contour lines related with the altitude and also the value of that contour lines. Then in that way, it is not necessary to add the vector file with the contour lines on the top of this map. But at the end is your decision, right? If you want to add the contour lines related with the altitude on the top of this geological map, that's optional, right? It depends on the information you want to add. In my case, with the contour line under the geological units is enough. You are going to see later when we print this one that the quality of the image is pretty good, and you can see also the contour lines and the value for that contour lines, but I'm going to show you later. Now let's go to work on the geological units, but first let me move this one a little bit to the top. Then select this one, press Shift, select this one, and with the arrows in your keyboard, you can move it. I'm going to move this one like this. And now I'm going to add the legend for the geological units. This case is going to be this one first. And I don't want this one. First, take out the auto update. I don't want the vector. I don't want this one also. I don't want this one. And I don't want this one. I want at the moment just these ones here. First, we are going to work with the quaternary units. Then we are going to remove all the rest. I don't want to see this one. I don't want these ones because these ones are for the Devonian. Also this one out, this one, and this one. Now I have all the quaternary units. Then I want to use 2 columns. Then press this option here, 2 columns, and equal and split layer. Now, what I don't want to see also is the geological units. Then hide them. I'm going to adjust this one, and we have to put the geological units in order. We want to put the first one, the most recent, the positional one. And we want to put the last one, the oldest sediments, right? Then in this case, we have to move these ones according to the most recent is this one to the oldest. Then I'm going to move this one to the top. The next one is this one is correct. The next one is this one over here. The fourth one is going to be this one. The next one is the T1. This one is correct. CD1. then the HC, this one, and this one. And this one is the proper order. Then also for these ones, I'm going to add a frame. That is going to be 0.4. And that's it for these ones. Then we are going to move these ones a little bit to the bottom. And now I'm going to do the same, but for the Devonian. Then select an area. It's going to be this area over here. Auto update. Take out. I don't want this one. 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 And here we have to select the ones we want. It's only the Devonian. Now I'm going to order the units, the most recent to the oldest one. And that's it. Now I'm going to adjust this one a little bit. And let's see if I can add the frame. That is going to be 0.4. Perfect. Now what I'm going to copy this one here, just to keep the same format. Put this one over here. And this one is going to be geological units. Then here has to be adjusted a little bit. Like here, go down a little bit. Go up with this one. And here I'm going to add more text. I'm going to add here quaternary. With regular, with ball. A little bit up. 12. No, 10 is good, but with ball. Adjust this one here a little bit and move a little bit to the top. Let me see, looks good. Then copy this one. Control C, Control V. Control Z. And move this one over here. And this one is going to be the Devonian. And that's it. Now let's go to add the north arrow. That is something I always forgot to add. Then select the area. We are going to add over here. Then here we have a lot of symbols because when we downloaded the geological symbology for creating this map, a lot of symbols of SVG was saved on the computer, and now it's getting a little bit slow. But select arrows here, then select the one we want. You can make these windows to here. What I want is this one, for example. Then if you go here to the bottom, you can minimize this one here. You can select a different color. In this case, I want a black one. And that's it. If you think it's too big, you can make it smaller. And now we can work on the box map here. Then to do that one, we are going to work with this one at a rectangle. Then we are going to add the first rectangle over here. Select more or less the dimensions that you want for this rectangle. In my case, something like that is going to be good. I want to add 2 of these ones. Then Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V to copy page. Then we have to move over here. May zoom on the screen. First, let's go to lock all these ones. And we can move this rectangle to the top. And this one. And now let's go to adjust these ones. To do the box map is something very manual, but that's okay. It's just a question of practice, right? Then I'm going to add another box. This one, sorry, another rectangle. That is going to go from here to here. No, first, I'm going to add 3 more rectangles, more or less the same size as before. You can select this one if you want to keep the same thickness for all of them. Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V. Sorry, Ctrl-Z to return to the original size. Let's go to put over here. Okay, now I'm going to work on the design, but I'm going to pass the video faster, okay? I want this one to be shorter. Something like this. Even a little bit bigger. And I'm going to add 2 more here and 1 big rectangle here, but I'm going to pass the video faster. Okay, I already created the box map. Now I'm going to lock all the rectangles. And I'm going to add the text inside. First this one. Cancel, sorry. Select the area first. And this one is going to be geological map of VA, yeah? Then in this case, I want the letter to be bold. Make this one bigger. And if you adjust this one here, and then select, but as we lock everything, if we select this one and the letters inside, you can go here and put it at the middle, right? Then the next one is going to be the name of the company. In this case, it's going to be Geo RGB. Community. Again, if you adjust this one and select this one and the letters inside, you can put at the middle, align to the center. Here also, I want to add a small text here that is saying company. But this one is going to be smaller. For example, 8. Or even a smaller 6. And we can put this one here just at the corner. Right there. Too close to the corner. We can go down a little bit like this. Now I'm going to add the logo over here. Then you want to add an image, and to add an image has to select this option. Select the area where you want to add the image. And it's a raster image. Look the folder, you have that image. Is this logo over here. And open. And that's it. We can adjust this one to the middle a little bit. Then for the next one, we can copy this one here, Control C, Control V, put over here. And in this case, this one is going to be the coordinate reference systems. Okay, this one is good like that. Let me go down a little bit and move to the size. And also here, Control C, Control V. Here we are going to add the author. Move a little bit this way. And here at the bottom, we are going to add the source. Put in here. Well, now I'm going to fill all this information, but I'm going to pass the video faster. Well, I finished already to add all the information. As you can see, we add the company here, the name of the project, the coordinate reference systems is this one over here, the author, the person who created the map, the date the map was created. This one is 2024. The reviewer and the source of information. And that's it. Now you can lock all these ones if you don't want to be moved. And etc. And now the next thing I'm going to do is to export this map as an image. Then I'm going to add here, map is okay, save, and select the resolution you want. This one it's okay, save. And now if we click here, we can see the final map is this one over here. And as you can see, the quality of the map is really big. And you can see all the information properly on the map. You can see well the contour lines and also the elevation. And this one is the final map. You can export also this map in these formats over here as a PDF or export as a SVG. Well, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching this video and see you on the next lesson that we are going to be working on LiDAR and how to make this map to be a 3D geological model.